awful lot, but I've been in more this year than probably ever. And the global threats, I think, have never been greater. When I chaired Homeland, it was about ISIS and the Caliphate, but now it's about foreign nation adversary states, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. That major conflict, global conflict, can be far more explosive than, say, the little wars. When I was at the 82nd Airborne, piping the weapons into Ukraine, they said, we've had a lot of little wars, like, Iraq and Afghanistan, and, just go down the list. What makes this one different, and it's eerie, is more of a major power conflict confrontation. That if we don't do this right and it escalates, it could be World War III. And I think everyone's very mindful of that fact, and we don't want it to escalate to that. But there's a lot more at stake in this one than the others.
Thank you for taking some time for us here. It's common opinion that China is the United States' greatest adversary. With that said, what are some of the proactive measures that you would suggest to the Biden administration to take against China?
Now, there you go. Look, I think the meeting in Beijing between Mr. Putin and Chairman Xi was disturbing. They haven't always been allies historically. Remember, Nixon went to China to alienate the Soviet Union. But now we're seeing an unholy alliance. And we're seeing China now starting to bankroll Russia. They had this compact where they talked about an unlimited partnership. They talked about their positions against freedom, democracy, human rights. They talked about NATO aggression, talked about, allowing China to get Taiwan back because it's part of China. That's very disturbing. It's been a very disturbing breakthrough. And how's this going to move forward? I think, as Condoleezza Rice talked about, President Xi's got to be looking at what Putin has done, and maybe this isn't such a great relationship after all. And maybe he's going to be questioning, that relationship. But they do value that partnership, and they'll do it very deceptively because they want that option on the table to invade Taiwan, and they want Russia, behind them. And so this is moving forward, great world powers at stake in this decision. The things we can do to help prevent it, I don't want to talk for 30 minutes, but one is, export controls. It's something we don't use very often, but it's a very powerful tool. Why are we exporting technology to China that they can use to build, say, the hypersonic weapon that's built on the backbone of American technology? I looked at the Department of Commerce has entities list, states more security. Defense, I should say, more security, commerce, more industry. Less than 1% of the licenses to SMIC and Huawei were denied. SMIC being their chip company, Huawei being their 5G company. So we have $40 billion going from the United States, licenses into China for their semiconductor industry, $60 billion from the United States going into China for Huawei. That has to stop. And if we are given the majority by the American people, we will be spending a lot of time stopping that. And the capital flows, which we know, if you get the entities list right, going in to fund the Chinese military, the PLA, that has to stop. And so I think you're going to see this. And there are so many other levels to discuss, on this issue, but those are a lot of the things we'll be focused on. And I think because long term, they want global economic military domination. They make it very clear. The 100-year marathon is almost like a Mein Kampf if you read it. And they've come a long ways. Why are they a developing nation under the United Nations Charter to get interest-free loans that they can then lend to truly developing nations under usurious interest rates under their Belt and Road Initiative, right? causing a jet trap, bringing their own workers in, and raping their natural resources, sending them to the Xinjiang province in China to create batteries and solar panels with lithium that they mined. And then we buy those. There's just something, there's fundamentals that are wrong. And a lot of this goes to the United Nations too, and China's influence at the UN, that we need to start countering that, as well. So I probably talked enough, but my gal's gonna like that. But thanks so much for being here today.